Good morning. You hear me? Okay. So good morning. Hello everyone to this big event, CBHE Virtual Fair. Thank you, representative of projects and attendees for your presence and for being here today. Thank you. So I would like to remind you that the thematic of this session is about engineering projects, which may concern in general engineering studies, TICs, or industrial technologies in capacity building of higher education. So before starting with the first project presentation, please to keep muted your microphone. Please to consider the question and answer icon or future to pose your question and to ask for some points. And please to consider also, I would like to remind that you can activate the text translate feature. You can see it on the screen. So we will begin now with the first project, is making 4.0 with both Dr. Maria Bueno and Dr. Juan Jose Ortega. So please, Maria, the floor is yours. So you have, please, 15 minutes to present your whole project. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Let me share the screen. So I'm going to present the project I'm making 4.0 that is titled Improving Malaysian Higher Education Knowledge Towards a Wood and Furniture Industry 4.0. And the presenters are Juan Jose Ortega Gras, that is the Quality Assurance Manager of this project, and me, that I am the project coordinator of this amazing project. Before to start with the contents of the project, let me show you the consortium. It's a strong alliance of Europe and Malaysia. In fact, we are a big team coming from 4 European institutions, 3 universities and 1 technological center, and 5 Malaysian partners, 4 universities and 1 national association, the Malaysian Timber Industry Board. Before to start with the project, I would like to show you the motivation of this project. The wood and furniture sector is one of the major socio-economic contributors in Malaysia. And this means that the timber industry has a high demand of products that must be produced with a high quality, high sustainability, and competitive price. This means that this industry must be modernized and use the information and telecommunications technologies in order to automate the production chain. This is because they have to increase productivity and to ensure the continuous quality improvement. With this new scenario of smart factories or the use of intelligent devices in the production chains, we need skilled workers to manage these new scenarios. So this means that there is a challenge that must be addressed by the educational institutions because it's mandatory to update the curriculum of vocational and educational training and higher educational degrees, because they have to include in the curriculum those training contents demanded by these new technological scenarios. Fortunately, the Malaysian government is aligned with the Industry 4.0 paradigm. They have pushed up some national policies in order to modernize all industrial sectors, the society in general, and also the education. So a summary of these challenges that the Malaysian government wants to push up, we can see here that more important transformation drivers of Industry 4.0 detected by the Malaysian government is knowledge and skills and technological advancement. So this project is aligned with the motivation that we explained before, because the main goal is to modernize the higher educational degrees in Malaysia through the development of a new master degree focused on those skills and competencies required for the adoption of the Industry 4.0 in the wood and furniture industry. With this master, we want to put on the market future graduates and workers that will be ready for working in this new Industry 4.0 environment, that will be able to manage smart factories, taking decisions for improving product quality and for improving efficiency of manufacturing and so on. So with this goal, this project has been organized in 7 different work packages. The first one to analyze the gaps and needs required for those future workers. Then to design the training path, learning outcomes and structure of the master. The next one is to develop the training materials and the guides for trainers. And finally, a pilot to test the training materials, to analyze the master course, and to apply for the master course accreditation by the Malaysian Qualification Agency. All these work packages are fed by the quality, the dissemination, exploitation, and the management work packages. The timeline of this project was organized in a structure for 36 months, but due to the COVID constraints and the delays suffered by the pandemic, we applied for an extension of 9 months. So now the project ends in the month 45, that is in August 22. The 3 first work packages have finished, and the last one, the pilot, is ongoing now. Also, the other transversal work packages are ongoing as well. So just to review very brief the work packages. The first one, as I said before, we analyzed the gaps and needs of the industry and education in Malaysia compared with Europe. And we identified that most of Malaysian students and Asian students in general are not familiar with the most important or most relevant technologies to be applied in the Industry 4.0. And so all the results of this complete analysis are published in the deliverable report of gaps and needs of the Malaysian higher education and industry in comparison with Europe, that is published online in the website. Just to summarize, another important thing is that from this analysis, we were able to identify those technologies and those training contents that should be of interest for the industry and for the students. And they were organized in 3 different modules: wood, furniture manufacturing processes and design, key enable technologies of Industry 4.0, and management system and integration. So now, Juan Jose, the floor is yours. You can continue.
Yes, please let me share my screen. Okay. Once we finalize with the first work packages that my colleague Maria Victoria has presented, we have the skill needs defined, and we continue with the second step, that is to define the joint curriculum. So we start with the learning outcomes, we continue with the joint curriculum, methodological aspects, and also the final validation of the complete curriculum by stakeholders. For the joint curriculum, we have prepared this infographic that is available in our project websites. and offers a clear overview of the 4 different modules that we have defined and all the different subjects, because we have 20 subjects, but the student has to choose just 15 because we have compulsory and elective subjects. It's covered one full academic year, that is 40 Malaysian credit, that is around 60 European credits. Module 1 is processes and production of furniture. Module 2 is intelligent and sustainable design. Module 3, wood and new materials, and Module 4, innovation management. Additional, we have also an internships and master dissertation that we have also prepared a guide for this with some examples. I'm not going to enter in all the subject because it's so long and we don't have enough time now. The second step was, as I said, the final step of this work packages was the joint curriculum validation. We have prepared some conferences or seminars in Malaysia and Europe, and also due to the pandemic, our Malaysian partners have some kind of interviews. I'm going to try to share one video about these interviews, a short video.
Okay, I saw the program is good lah. It's covered the management, material, and the process as well.
If the headline that I'm looking at, all those modules, I think before the meeting, actually we already have a slide that I be run through, and I think everything is good. It's based on the headline, and so I think everything is to us actually is very advanced, and I think.
So just short video to show that the industry and the stakeholders agree on this joint curriculum. Also, we have this survey at the end of our conferences and seminars, and all the rates, all the modules were high rate, 4 and 5. You can see here. Also, here is that our master covered the needs to prepare the student for the Industry 1.0, greatly address these needs and somewhat address the needs. The first work packages was to prepare all the training material. So we have prepared some slides or presentation to be used in classes, courses, or handbook for the students, and also training guides for the teachers. We have more than 1,600 pages of handbooks, more than 3,300 slides to be used in classes, and 20 training guides, one for each of the subjects. And now, as my colleague said, we are starting with the pilot test and final accreditation. We are going to fully test it 6 subjects with more than 100 students in the 4 different Malaysian universities, and with the support also with the European teachers. So for each of the Malaysian partners have already choose some subject. We have here in orange. For each of the subjects, there is a university in Malaysia and the teacher that is going to be the responsible and also the supportive in Europe. We are going to, our aim is to go there and support during a couple of weeks to the classes with the teachers and also with the students. Also, as part of this of the work packages, we have the final accreditation. One of the universities has already started this since we have developed the joint curriculum, that it was adapted to the Malaysian qualification framework and has several meetings with the panel. So just to focus on the project impact, we have now more than 100,000 visits to the project websites, 8 papers in scientific publications, and the participation in international meetings in Europe and also in Asia. We have visits to Malaysian furniture companies during the first year or the first 2 years. We have also participated in furniture congresses and fairs here in Europe. And we have launched 5 project newsletters, and we will launch at least 2 more until the end of the projects. Here is also the meeting with the panels of the Malaysian Qualification Agency. Also, we have launched some press releases. This is in a newspaper of Malaysia, Timber News, but we have also in other papers on our websites in Europe and Malaysia. And we have several meetings and study visits. As you can see here, we have visits on companies, we have some meetings with students, with teachers. This that you can see here in one pic with a student, it was very interesting because we asked directly the student without the participation of a Malaysian teacher about their aim of this kind of master, what their expectation of this master. And finally, we have also some impact beyond the projects because we have established new international agreements between the different partners. For instance, we have a new Erasmus Plus project for the student teachers and researchers mobilities between the University of Cartagena and the 4 Malaysian universities. We have some invitation teacher for the next years between the University of Warsaw in Poland and 2 of the Malaysian universities. And also the University of Poland has already some seminars in live streaming during the pandemic with one of the universities in Malaysia. And here CETEN, as research center, has also a collaboration with one of the Malaysian universities with the participation of 2 companies, one in Spain and one in Malaysia also. So this is a full overview of the projects and also of the impact that we have already. If you want more information, you can also enter in our websites or be subscribed in the newsletter. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you, Joan. Thank you, Maria. Very interesting, and all the working in Industry 4.0. Thank you very much. So we project solutions on ICT yours, Tatiana Blimaga.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Hello, everybody. I try to share my screen. Okay. Okay, I'm coming from Moldova State University, from Republic of Moldova. I will present today the results of our educational for drone project. The project were developed by a wide consortia, a wide partnership compound from seven European partners, 11 partners from partner countries, and also in the project were involved 24 partners from 8 countries. The main objective of the drone project was to provide higher education institutions in partner countries with effective and efficient instruments to set up offices for education for drones in order to transfer knowledge in the area of drone applications to professionals of each partner country during vocational and educational training course. So, as you understand, our project was about engineering and about vocational education training. Next, I will present the results. Our main project results consist in mapping the user needs in the drone technology area, providing a report on the regulatory needs in the field of drones, setting up 4 offices of education of drones in Armenia, Belarus, Georgia, and Moldova. Another important result was about deployment of courses for training teachers. The next one was about deployment of courses for instructing attendees. And the last but not the least, creation of the ICT platform for both courses for training teachers, and courses for instructing attendees. Now, one by one, I will present these results. And I will begin with the first one, mapping the user needs in the drones technology area. For this activity, we applied a survey to a lot of organizations, people, individuals that would like to use or apply drone in area. And we identified that both theoretical skills and practical skills needs for using drones in different economical area. And all these skills are acquired through exercise or training, and depending on the student's ability, they may be trained in a shorter or a longer period. The next results was about the regulatory needs. A report of regulatory needs were developed by the consortia, and we published such a publication. The report includes regulatory needs in the partner countries involved in the project, Armenia, Belarus, Georgia, and Moldova, and also a lot of information about regulatory and law regulations in drone area around the world. The next results, very interesting and very powerful for our project, was the setting up of 4 offices for education for drone in Armenia, Belarus, Georgia, and Moldova. So one office in Moldova at the Moldova State University, one in Armenia at the National Polytechnic University of Armenia, one in Georgia at the Tbilisi State University, and one in Belarus, located at the Belarusian State Technological University. The next result was based on the first 2 results about user needs report on technology and regulation of in area of drones. In such way, we create a course for training teachers. The course includes 3 models. One in drone technology, drone laws and drone applications. The course includes 50 transferable credits. And this type of course for training teachers, was developed once during the project and took place at the Moldova State University in June-July 2018. We had a really hot summer in that time. We had 6 weeks full of courses. In this activity, we involved all partners in the project and some associated partners from our project in this activity. So the European partners participated as teachers, and the partner country institutions participated as students. The courses for training teachers ended with an internship, 2 weeks internship in the European universities. In such way, we prepared people, teachers from the partner country institutions for another type of activity, the courses for instructing attendees. The courses, such courses were developed in 4 countries, in Moldova, Armenia, Georgia, and Belarus, in the new created offices in another result I told earlier. In Moldova, courses were accredited for a period of 5 years in 2020. And the course included 3 models: technology of drones, law and regulation, and civil applications. The courses include 20 transferable credits. And during the project, we developed 6 editions in Moldova. The first edition was free of charge, and we invited associated partners organizations in this edition and organizations that participated in survey for identifying user needs for drone courses. The next 5 editions were paid by the attendance, different professionals from different areas of economy in our country and in Romania also. We have these 5 editions. All 5 editions were organized and developed by the Moldovan partnership that consists from Moldova State University, the coordinator, national coordinator, Academy, Police Academy, Civil Aviation Authority, State Agrarian University of Moldova, and Academy of Public Administration. The attendance profiles were very different from journalism, agriculture, archaeology, traffic security, border security, drone construction, and so on. Was a very interesting and activities in these 6 editions, and the last result we deployed in this project were the ICT platform, both for CTT and both for courses for instructing attendants. For CIA courses, we deployed per each platform, one platform per country, one in Moldova, one in Armenia, one in Belarus, and one in Georgia. These platforms are in national languages of these countries. The ICT platform for courses for training teachers were in English, prepared by European partners. And something about the impact of e-drone project. In our opinion, the e-drone project was educational, economic, social impacts through the creation of courses and prepared specialists in the university. We have an educational impact, economic impact was developed through our offices for education for drone that become true platforms for different activities, for attracting another projects and so on. And social impact was in fact that new professionals field could be introduced in the list of jobs. At the individual level, impact of the individual level was for professionals and for teachers that increased their professional competencies and skills, and the diversification of the possibilities for continuous professional education for all interested people in our country. At the institutional level, the Office for Education for Drone creates for the universities involved in the project new collaboration and new infrastructure. The continuous education program creates a success, social impact for our university in the society too. And for national and structural level, some legislative changes have been proposed in the field of drone piloting in our country. This aspect was mapped in the work package 2. The program, the courses for instructing attendants accredited for a period of 5 years were only course for only program in this field, and is made available for all those interested. And the project demonstrated a good example to follow. Through the consortium, they jointly develops all activity in the project, and we continue to work all together. And project sustainability, in our opinion, could be assured through new editions of courses of education for drone. Right now, we begin the 7th edition. We have people interested in drone applications. We also had 2 research projects in 2020 in drone application, and also new collaboration with industry in the field of drone applications, and could be more and more in this area. Thank you for your attention, and if you would like to ask something, I'm here. And for more information, you can see our site, our project site. And for another collaboration in this area, please contact us. Thank you.
Yes, thank you, Tatiana, for the presentation, for this interesting presentation, and sure they can attendees can contact you by email or by chatting part, and by posing questions in the question and answer part, please. So we continue now with the Industry 4.0 with transformation towards education 4.0 with the project MVTET with doctors Irma Kinari and Tien Nawivan. So please, the floor is yours, and you have 15 minutes, please. Thank you.
Thank you, and good to see you all. Good to meet you all here, and thank you for the great previous presentation. They were really interesting for us as well. So we are here, Dr. Irma from Finland and Dr. Thuyen from Vietnam. Hello.
Hello.
And we are hello. Yes, good to see you. And we are sharing our experiences from our project, in which the title is really important. It says empowering Vietnamese vet teachers from transformation towards education 4. So this empowerment is very core element in our project, which relies on participatory and collaborative approach. In here you can see the partners. Perhaps Dr. Thuyen, you can introduce Vietnamese partners.
Good morning, good afternoon, everybody. Yes, in Vietnamese partner, we got 6 institutions, which include 3 universities and 3 vocational schools. So we have a very wide range of institutions participating in the project. Regarding the experience and also the nature of teaching and learning in this project. Also, we have 6 institutions located at different regions of Vietnam. In the south, 3, and then in the central, north, 2 of them as well. So we have a very diverse institutions participant in this project. Thank you.
Yes. And European partners were facilitators of the process, and we selected up to 6 teachers from each Vietnamese institute to participate in the process, and also managers' involvement were really important. Our aim was defined and analyzed already in application phase. We saw it together that there is a need to change education towards the changing needs of the world of work. And then we defined our aim so that it says that our aim is to create new learning ecosystem for education for in Vietnam, which is based on student-centeredness, student-centered learning, active learning, competence-based education, and collaboration in digital learning environments. So all these elements were identified, and then we further defined our process to be aligned this aim. In our first publication already, we recognized these kind of results. What we found out that education for me is that it's not just students to be learners, but also managers, teachers, educational institutions, and the partners from the world of work need to be learners as well. And we also identify that it's not enough to rely on traditional roles in education, but all of us need to go out of our comfort zone and try to think differently. Digital technologies are very important in education for they need to be harnessed for meaningful learning, but in a way we need to invest as much in humanity as we invest in technology. And teachers, they are core actors in this process. We identified also the new competencies for teachers, that there'll be a new mindset, totally new way of working in pedagogy, how to use in digital technology, and how to work together with communities within education and industry, so that it's not just school environment where people learn, it's all the whole world. And in here you can, I just quickly go through the process. Like in the other process, you always have this preparation, creating the process and analyzing the needs. We had it in work package number 1. And then we continued with development phases, establishing, piloting, and ingraining. And of course, like other projects, we needed to extend a little bit our process, but now we have a plan to finalize it, and we all welcome you to our final dissemination seminar at Ho Chi Minh City University in next May 2022. So in this, we want to share how the empowerment was made. So Dr. Thuyen, can you continue from here?
Thank you, Dr. Emma. So as we discussed earlier, in Education 4.0, collaboration is very essential. And we regard that everyone is a learner in the process. So every activities of our project is about collaboration and learning together. You can see here some of the activities we held during the kickoff meeting back in 2019 in Vietnam. In this kickoff meeting, we had teachers, managers, representatives from the industry, and students. They work together in groups to find out what the stakeholder needs in their own context. This collaboration also created a common understanding of what is Education 4.0 and what was the effective way to work together in development of Education 4.0. And also this way of collaboration and activity give the empowerment to teachers. We make teachers the owner of the process of Education 4.0 development, not because the manager want it, but because the teacher want to change. Thank you, Dr. Emma.
Yes, and some more pictures to describe our process. Managers visited Finland, and they also work online, that we all the time we documented what we discovered together. So, and these pictures you can see the nature of the process. It was co-creation, it was also empowering, engaging the managers so that they knew what is there to come and they were engaged. Then also Vietnamese teacher study visit in Finland was very important. We built the home groups, we facilitate the collaboration building, we innovated together. We like you can see from the pictures that the methods what we used they were really collaborative, so that there was empowerment was able to flourish. Sorry, yes, and also we work even before COVID started. We work a lot online, many ways, in small groups, in webinars. We shared, we cared, and we co-created together. So digital environments played a crucial role. Of course, we have a possibility to have workshop already in Vietnam before COVID. We built new knowledge, we analyzed the outcomes together, and we learned together. And that was the way to creating also solutions so that each institution and each individual teacher could develop their competencies from their own individual starting points. And then when COVID started, Dr. Tuin, please continue.
Thank you. I'm happy to share with you that when the COVID-19 pandemic broke out in Vietnam in early 2020, I would say many institutions in Vietnam were totally new to online teaching and learning. If you saw the newspaper those days, everything talk about online teaching and learning, especially for higher education. And we are so happy to see that our MVTech institution and teachers, they had the advantages and quite prepared for the switch to online teaching and learning during the pandemic broke out. The Vietnamese MVTech institution very quickly developed the learning management system and policy. It's very important they developed the policy for online teaching and learning implementation. I would say the study visit of the manager to HAMC motivated the change and gave the manager example of how digital tools can help the institution. 5 out of 6 of the Vietnamese partners set up their learning management system and adopted hybrid online learning during our MVTech project, the last like 1.5 years. The other institution in Vietnam, actually the University of Technology and Education, the one I'm working for, has a well-established learning management system. And it's very important that we have been actively sharing the policy to motivate the implementation and also sharing experience for others MVTech institutions. As Dr. Ima mentioned that the training of the study visit for the teachers and also the follow-up activities, all this provided the managers and teachers many opportunities that they can collaborate using digital tools. MVTech teachers, they are also competent because they were quite well trained in HAMC and then the follow-up activities in digital pedagogy and collaboration. So this makes them confident and motivated to work remotely in a creative way. With the student-centered approach trained during the study visit and the follow-up and sharing activities, we could say the MVTech teachers adapted very quickly and created online learning activities for their students. They emphasize in collaboration using the digital platform, not just to put all the materials online that you often see for teachers who just began to use the digital platform. During the months of 2020, our teachers also effectively collaborate between each other. They share their experience and care for others. They hosted web seminar and posted on Facebook groups of our projects to share a lot of technological tips, digital pedagogical tips in teaching and learning, as well as student assessment. So you will see very vivid, active discussion in the Facebook group. Those sharing activities also not only among the MVTech teacher, that about 5 to 6 per institution, but we could see that those people, they train the teacher in the institution so that they help the teacher in the institution to learn and implement effective online teaching and learning. Next slide, please. So this show you some of the results and the activities of the project implemented by our Vietnamese partner. Since they started the very successful online teaching and learning and collaboration, now they continue co-create education 4.0 practices. They don't just now talk about how to teach online, how to do assessment, but they actively collaborate to improve the practices all the time. So they're talking about how to engage students, how to engage industry, how to do project-based learning in some of the institutions, even with the COVID-19 pandemic happening. And this is an example of the project-based learning in a vocational college in Ho Chi Minh City, where they collaborated with the industry. Dr. Ima, you'd like to share more? Yes. Thank you.
Yes, and perhaps the last slide is about mentioning that the sustainability comes from empowerment, I think, and collaboration for that is crucial. It needs support and facilitation. But when you are able to create this kind of motivation and empowerment, it assures the impacts of the project. If there is a change in the mindset, it's easy to engage others. It's easy to develop resources and maximize the effectiveness. So it's kind of continuous sustainable development. And yes, the time is short. We thank you for your interest, and we want to highlight that in our website, you can find our publications, you can find teacher resource package. So feel free to contact us and explore our materials more. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Irma. Thank you, Tayan, for this presentation. And is interesting. There is, as you told, there is a need to change education towards more digital and industrial education. So thank you very much, speakers. We have a question for Tatiana. Tatiana, please. There is a question that is about interesting project and outcome on e-drone. Do you have plans to conduct such project in Asia? So in other regions also, Tatiana, please. And will the methodology of the project be different for Asian region? Thanks.
Okay, I answered to this to Yermira in a private mode, but we are interested in such projects, and we will contact together and to identify our direction and our methodology, and I will try to work together and to apply a project in this area for Asian region. Thank you.
Thank you, Tatiana. Thank you, Tatiana. But I have a question in that. What do you think from your experience among your project? What do you think how to deal with other regions? There are some complexity of legislative forms, or what do you think about that, please?
I don't know. We have no till now projects with Asian region, but we will see and we'll identify a way to participate in such projects. The topic is very interesting for our regions because the methodology we chose in our project was very interesting, and a lot of results could be attained through this methodology to prepare first teachers and then to create some other courses for all interested people.
Thank you, Tatiana. Do you have any questions? I think we have no more questions about attendees. So please feel free to ask your question in the question and answer part about the 3 project making 4.0 IDRON and Invitat. Have you a special question about those thematics and projects? Also, feel free, please, to send email to project representatives and speakers. If you can contact also the project contact to see to see other informations, and so we can.
Just one more comment, Nesreen, with your permission.
Yes.
Don't forget that all the participants can interact between themselves on the AirMeet platform as well. So consider this as a regular conference, just as a regular conference where you can set up a room where you can speak, you can schedule, you can utilize the opportunity that AirMeet provides for the time being, for the next days, and take a good advantage of that.
Yes, sure. There is a networking opportunity in our lounge. There are 60 rooms, where 40 of them are thematic rooms, and the others 20 rooms are for private conversation. Please to feel free to use those rooms to contact other projects and to have networkings and so on. So if you haven't any questions, you can close this session, and thank you very much for speakers, for all the attendees. Thank you very much, and enjoy for the other sessions. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye. Thank you.
Bye. Good luck.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye.